Hi, I'm Amy with G45 and welcome to a Volume 4 Club G45 video. And in this video, we are going to be creating these beautiful Botanical Tea easel cards that will show you in the video an easy template on how to make 3 gorgeous, very sophisticated cards, as well as coordinating custom envelopes with a template. So if you want any more information on Club G45 and how to get this kit, look at the information in the details of the video. Also, there is a link for the project sheet that you can download and follow along. Also, I would suggest if you don't have Botanical Tea, this is something where you can use any of our Deluxe Collector's Editions and just follow along with the instructions, and it has all of the right sizes and everything to cut the papers down to, so you can customize it and make it for whatever is your favorite G45 collection. So come a little closer and let's get started on these gorgeous cards and envelopes. All right, so let's get started on creating these gorgeous Botanical Tea easel cards and coordinating envelopes. So to get started, you're going to want to cut 3 4-inch by 1/4 by 4-inch and 1/4. So you're going to cut 3 squares, and I've used 3 different papers here that you can see the green background with the pink flowers, the flora, and the brown background with the pink flowers, as well as then you're going to cut 3 papers also at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and I've used the pink polka dots, green polka dots, and the brown kind of writing there. So once you have those papers cut, you're going to round your corners with a corner rounder if you have one. If you don't have one, I can show you a trick is what you're going to do. In our box, of course, it included these great little cardstock cards that we're going to be using as our base, and you can kind of take that and you can trace it, your corners, you can trace that rounded edge, and you can create that same effect as your corner rounder. So if you don't actually have a corner rounder, you can use the corner of the rounded inserts. But for time savings, I'm going to use my corner rounder. But I just wanted to show that little tip in case you didn't have one. That doesn't mean you can't round those beautiful corners to have them all look nice and finished. So we're going to do that not only with the square pieces, but also those larger rectangle pieces. So once you have done that, and I already did my other papers, so put those aside for now. And I'm going to grab my scoreboard. So you're going to take your larger rectangle piece, the 8 1/2 by 4 3/4, and you're going to score this at 2 1/8, 2 1/8, and also at 4 1/4. So you want to score that at 2 1/8 and 4 1/4. So I might score, and you're going to do the same with all 3 of these rectangle pieces. Want to do that. All right, so now that we have scored and prepped the bases of our cards, let's start adhering. So I'm going to take my 4 1/2 by 4 1/2 papers, and I'm going to glue those to the front of my 3 of my cards that came in my box, the nice craft square cards. And once you've rounded the corners on those, they'll look just lovely when you glue that down on those craft cards. And there is enough that there is about I don't know if that's a 1/4 of an inch-ish around on all 4 of the sides And so you just want to center those on there. So now I have my first one ready to go. And then with the piece that we just scored, with those pieces, we're going to glue down just this, the bottom half of it. And you want to also center that onto that card. All right, so now I'm putting my adhesive across the bottom of this. And you're noticing probably that this paper is not the exact same paper that you guys have with that pink polka dot. And the reason is I used my pink polka dot paper and I accidentally had a mistake. And so then, hence why I have cut and we're using this different paper. But and so you want to use the same, and I'm having adhesive issues. You want to use that pink polka dot paper, or the 3 that you cut out. So, and of course, with whatever extras you have in your kit, you can improvise and kind of modify those papers yourself. So if you're just wondering why this paper looks different, that is why. And so I'm going to grab my craft base, and then I'm going to center this on there, just like I did with the other one, with that folded in half. So I know my spacing and everything is just right. Then I'm just going to work out any of those air bubbles with that adhesive, get that in place. And so you can see when that opens up, it just has that nice edging on equally on all 4 sides around there. So now from here, we're going to glue on our other piece. I just want to make sure my score lines are working properly. And so with this, you want to make sure that when this opens, that the writing on the behind on that green pattern is right side up. So you just want to make sure that is the case. And so from here, I'm just going to put adhesive on this top portion. So the middle portion where we scored underneath on this back side, we do not want to put adhesive there because we want this to be able to open up. So I'm going to put my adhesive down here. And then I'm going to grab my lovely square that already has. And so then, as you can see, I did this properly. Then I have my base with my nice easel effect. So the key when you're gluing this all together is you just want to make sure you're putting your adhesive just on the back side of this top part of where we've scored and not in that middle section. So then when we open up our beautiful square card, it has this fun easel effect, like so. And so now once we have the base of the 3 cards created, so now you're just going to do the repeat on this step with your second and your third card. And once you get those created, we are going to decorate them, and I'm going to go over the decorations of how you're going to decorate these gorgeous easel cards. All right, put that aside. So now to show you the lovely decoration of these cards. So with this card, you're going to pull out your sticker sheet and also a few different pieces and elements from your chipboard, and then you're going to cut these lovely stamps from one of the papers. So this little celebration on the front, of course, is one of your stickers, so you want to grab that from your sticker sheet, as well as here's 2 different chipboard pieces. This is a lovely rose chipboard piece. And then to cover up that little hole up there, we've taken just one of the little circles and we've glued that on the top there. And of course, the edges, we've inked those so they look nice and finished. And then back here, you can see across the back, you can see a lovely postage stamp border piece that comes from one of your cut apart pages. So then we're going to open up our easel, and from here you can see we've glued down one of those cut apart pieces from the cut apart page, and so you can see that is just so perfect down there that you can actually personalize the card for whoever this is given to. And then we're so creatively using one of these chipboard pieces that says herbal beverage on it to hold that easel card down into place. And the thing that's nice here, and I'm gonna hope you can see that, maybe Shari behind the camera can give you a close-up. You can see that that chipboard piece is popped up a little bit on some 3D adhesive, and that gives it the ability so it sticks up a little bit further, so it holds that easel up into place. And so you can see if you want to set that down, it just can stand alone on its own just beautifully like that. So it's actually a great display piece. So then from there on the inside, also added some fun stickers just here in the spine area. Just one of these little rectangle stickers that has some fruit on it, as well as two little round stickers. Just add an extra little decoration. You could personalize this in any way that you feel it works for you. So that is the first card and how we decorated that. And then on to the second card. So the second card, we've taken, again, that postage stamp border, and you're going to grab that from this Hello Friend paper. So you can see we've used the postage stamps with the birds across the bottom, as well as we're going to be using some of these flower postage stamps. So you just want to trim those out, just going straight across. And then also we're using some of these rectangle kind of little note areas that we can put across the bottom to personalize it. So this paper, we're not going to use all of the goodies, but definitely a few of them. So you want to be using this sheet to grab some of these items. So with that said, you can see there's that little postage stamp border. Then we have a Botanical Tea chipboard, as well as two little round circle chipboards to kind of finish off those ends and add dimension. And then this beautiful rose sticker in the corner. And then to open that up, in this one we have a tea party chipboard holding that in place from your chipboard set, as well as one of those rectangle ephemera cards that you can write down and personalize this beautiful card. And then inside we've added this Botanical Tea sticker. So that is our second card. And then on to the third card, and I love this one. Has the darker kind of feel to it with the nice brown floral background, as well as this fun chipboard with the square with the blue border and a little round chipboard to finish off that edge. Also these little sticker tickets to overlap gorgeous, in such a gorgeous way over the top of the stamps. And then you open it up, and again we have that cool technique using the Celebrate chipboard, as well as this fun little dragonfly and blue flower note card, and then inside this fun little blue butterfly sticker. So there are our three decorated easel cards, just perfect to go inside the beautiful box that we've created for them. Now we're going to get started with our custom gorgeous square envelopes that fit our cards just so perfectly. And so included in the link below, there is a PDF file with this template that you can print out, or you received one in your kit if you did get the kit. So my suggestion on doing this to save some time is taking this template and then taking a little bit of washi tape and then just adhering this onto the back side of the template, and then you can actually cut this out at the same time when you're going to cut that template out from your papers that you're going to use for your three envelopes for these custom envelopes for the cards. And I like to put a couple back there to kind of keep that in place. And then you're just going to go along here and you're going to trim this as one. And so then that kind of saves you the step of actually having to trace it on there. And I think it keeps, it helps it be even more accurate. So you're just going to cut that out, go around and cut out the whole thing. And so I have done that with, and this is what I have is my finished result. So it's just perfectly done. And then I have this template to be able to use for my second and third envelope. And so you can do the same thing with this template. You want to take some washi tape or something like that and adhere it down to your paper and then cut the paper out, which makes it a lot easier than tracing it and then cutting it out. And I think it just makes for more seamless kind of edges and everything like that. So once you've cut out your 3 bases of your envelopes, you're going to grab your scoreboard and we're going to score these 4 edges. And what I like to use is a piece of paper to help be my guide from one corner to the other corner to know where to score. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper here and I'm going to line this up on the 3-inch line, just because that gives me a little wiggle room. That it can be any number. And then I'm going to take my paper and then I am going to find my corner edge on here at my 3-inch mark, and then I'm going to find the corner edge up here on the 3-inch mark. And so my paper, my scratch paper, is giving me that guide. And then I'm going to take my bone folder and I score it there on that edge, and then I'm going to rotate it, keeping this paper at the 3-inch mark for me. Okay, and so I'm just lining up my corners on my flaps for my envelope and scoring once I've done that from one end to the other. And I am going to continue and do that on all 4 sides, lining it up. And then I'll do my final side here, and I'm using my 3-inch mark to be my straight guide. And then do that again. And then you're going to do that to all 3 of your envelope bases. And once I've done that, I'm going to fold in those edges. You can see I've created a lovely envelope here, and I just want to make sure I have my paper going the right direction, and I'm going to do it with the blue on the outside. And so I'm going to take some adhesive. I'm going to use some score tape here because I want this to stay really sturdy and adhered down. So I'm just going to put this on the flap here, going across the bottom, and get some score tape on here. Take off. And do another piece here. Uh-oh. I need some tweezers. Get this off right. And put some score tape here. All right. And then put those 2 flaps on the side. I'm going to have those go in, and then that bottom flap goes up. And then voila, you have this gorgeous envelope that is perfect for our lovely easel cards. And there's one, of course, for each of them. So, and then once you're ready to send these, you can add some additional score tape up here and actually seal that. But I don't want to do that yet because I'm giving this as a gift. And so I want my recipient to be able to send those whenever she is ready. And so, of course, this comes with this gorgeous square box that you can put these in, and that is in a different video, and you can see the link below. And these cards and envelopes fit just perfectly in this gorgeous 5x5 box with these custom made envelopes. So thank you again so much for joining us, and have a wonderful day. Bye.